What is disgusting, you may ask? Dr. Darian Green was just describing something. We're talking about gustatory perception. It may sound like a spell that Harry Potter would cast upon one of those goblins, but actually it's a lot simpler than that. It's something that we use every single day, and it's your sense of taste. We take it for granted, but a lot of medical conditions out there do result in people tasting things very differently than we perceive them. And that's exactly what we want to talk about right now, and an interesting medical topic that you've chosen, Dr. Green. Give us a call on 0839133728 and let's see what your taste buds are made of.
Exactly. Now, we've got this question. It's a very interesting fact, rather, that when you eat bad quality pine nuts, it affects your sense of taste, leaving you with something that's grossly metallic, and it's known as pine mouth. I never knew that. What exactly is pine mouth?
I got a call.
And why are you eating
that.
bad pine nuts?
Yeah, about 2 years ago, I think I was exposed to a question on that, and it's about the different species of pine nuts.
Yeah.
The ones that we love so much in salads is very expensive. It costs like almost $200 a kg. But there are cheaper species that are non-edible forms of pine nuts that have been used in the export trade of nuts that people now use to make money, selling it at the same price, but it's a different subspecies. And that's why the connotation of cheap pine nuts take away your taste. It's not permanent, firstly, let's say that. It's a period of about 4 weeks to 5 weeks maximum. Where you actually can't taste anything else.
Oh my goodness.
So you have the absence of taste in your mouth, which is really, I mean, a chef actually had this problem, one of our renowned chefs.
For 4 weeks you'll have no taste.
For 4 weeks you can't taste. Because it's got to do with your makeup and your genetics, etc. Because there are other foodstuffs, like coriander that you mentioned earlier on, where some people perceive the taste of coriander as being soap or soapy. Wow. And that's because they've got a cluster of genes that interprets the taste in that way. Okay. So you can't even help that. That's terrible.
Or maybe our genes are wired wrong, and in fact, coriander does taste like soap.
But could be.
What is it called? Dysgeusia?
Yes.
It's something that I've experienced before, and I've never ever known. When you have the taste of metal in your mouth, whether it's from water, whatever, what causes that? What is that?
It can be an unpleasant taste or a sharp taste.
Yeah, it goes to your nose.
Yes, and it's often a combination of things that affect the composition of your saliva. The taste bud itself, you can imagine, is a fixed structure on the surface of the tongue, that bump that you see under a microscope, that perceives salty, sweet, bitter, etc., and sour. But when you have a metallic taste, it's often associated with something in your diet or even a side effect of certain medications. But the most common causes are gingivitis and periodontitis. Those are big swear words, really, but inflammation of the mouth, the gums, etc., and structures within the oral cavity and the throat.
All right. Well, we're going to keep our lines open on 0839133728. Give us a call. We're talking all about tastes and taste buds. I wonder, why do some people handle spicy food better than others? Dr. Darian Green will answer that after the break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. We are joined by our resident doctor, Dr. Darian Green, in the house. We're talking all about a sense of taste, why some people experience different things when they taste or eat pine nuts or they have coriander. Now we want to know from you, Dr. Darian, why is it that people experience spicy foods in different ways? And if you are struggling with us, maybe you want to give us a call, 0839133728. But I love spicy. But there are other people who can't handle spicy.
100%. A lot of it's got to do with whether you're what's called a super taster or not. And a super taster is someone that's got like a greatly exaggerated amount of taste cells. There's a test that we were going to mention that you can actually do to test that with food colouring and a little circle stick on your tongue. And then look under a microscope and see how many cells you actually have in that circle. Long of the short is, the more cells you have in a concentrated area of the tongue, you can imagine that bland food even tastes flavourful to you because you have so many of these receptors.
Yeah. I think I might be one of those super tasters. I once tried to impress a girl after taking on a date. No. I tried to swallow a teaspoon of Tabasco and nearly puked after the date.
You nearly what, pooped?
No, puked.
Oh, puked.
Homemade.
It's both going to come out.
And the other thing is, obviously, so it's not only about that. Genetically, our families give us food quite early. I had curried potatoes from the age of 1, and thus I'm accustomed to really hot, spicy foods. Chilies with every meal. So it's got to do with taste as you develop them at what stage of your life. What people don't know is after the age of 60, you start losing taste buds anyway. You're at your peak to taste all these different flavors between the ages of 30 and 60.
Sure.
So after that, it starts diminishing, and then pain is perceived. So chilies have, capsaicin in them. That's the acid substance that causes the burn. Your body, in an attempt to help you survive, then numbs the tongue completely.
Wow.
So it's not that you lose your sense of taste completely when you eat hot food.
Yeah.
It temporarily numbs it,
Oh, wow.
so that you don't have continued pain causing you distress. So that's the brain's way of switching it off.
Okay, all right. We're going to encourage you to please give us a call on 083-9133-728 as we engage in this tasteful discussion with Dr. Darren Green. I want to know how medications can also influence your taste buds, because I've also had moments when I've been on medication and things just don't taste the same.
Correct.
You don't want to have water anymore because now it has a flavor to it. What's going on? So we'll carry on with our topic of discussion right after this.
My feel-good breakfast show.
Tasty meals and tasty discussions with Dr. Darren Green here. We're talking all about our taste buds and how they are affected by different influences from our environments, including medication, which is what I want to talk about right now. And you at home can give us a call on 083-9133-728. In fact, we have a caller right now, Elise, all the way from one of my favorite towns in South Africa, George. Good morning, Elise.
Good morning, Katlego.
Thank you so much for your call. I love your smile. The smile and the laughter in your voice just makes me happy.
Feel it.
Okay, all right.
No.
What's your question or your comment?
Okay, a few years back, I was in a big accident, and because of the brain injuries, I missed I lost my smell, and it is just my taste, so I can't taste.
Wow. So, okay, is that...
Yeah.
So, as a result of a loss of the sense of smell, taste was affected?
So the two often affect each other because chemosensation is the thing responsible for us to develop a perception of food and drink and so forth. So that's a combination of what you're tasting and the nerve messages combined with what you're smelling, and it goes to the brain and it interprets it over there. So what happens here with a brain injury, I mean, if you think about the nerves involved,
yes,
of the nose with head injuries, the nose is often damaged, and so also some of the finer nerves that we have, the olfactory nerves in the nose, can be damaged, but also certain brain cranial nerves that exit the brain stem and then come down into the face and the tongue. If they are injured or damaged, they can affect taste. And the two nerves, the ninth one is the glossopharyngeal nerve, that's to the tongue and the pharynx, and then the last one is a branch called the chorda tympani. That's the first 2/3 of the tongue.
If I may ask, I don't know if Elise is still on the phone, but Elise, now that this has happened, when you, let's say, eat something, I'm assuming you do also eat food still, but when you put it in your mouth, what does it taste like, or is it completely gone? Like watermelon, what does that taste like to you?
Well, the thing is, I can taste like it's sweet or it's sour or something like that, but I can't get the flavor out of it.
Okay.
It all tastes the same, actually. So I want to know even if meat is bad or something like that.
Oh, wow.
She raises such a good point.
Please go ahead, because we were
Yeah.
talking about that earlier.
The difference between taste and flavor. So taste is just subjectively the actual chemical sensation on the tongue with those taste buds, whereas flavor refers to the multisensory interpretation, like the tactile texture of your food, the crunch,
Yes.
combined with the smell, etc., and the temperature
Yeah.
of it, and all those things, like when you eat sushi, for example. So
Yeah.
that's the difference between taste and flavor.
Elise, you've just opened up my mind. Thank you very much for that call.
Great question.
No, no.
Can
Thank
you fix it?
Very, very difficult to say. The brain continues to heal itself after injury. We often use 6 months to a year as a guide after traumatic brain injury to what your baseline will be. But people and stories prove us wrong constantly of people that regain function even years down the line. So there isn't a definitive yes or no forever for Elise, and I think she must continue tasting good food.
Sure. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Darren Green. I think that was a fantastic comment from Elise. I didn't know that was possible, but of course that differentiation between taste and
Flavor.
flavor.
I appreciate this
very
cup of coffee
important.
so much more right now.
Drink it, honey. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and of course we'll catch up with our resident doctor in the house, Dr. Darren Green, next week in our Medical Tuesday chats.
Only you can make my day.